So for this to actually work, I need to be in edit mode. I'm going to have all the faces selected. I'm going to go Control F3, sorry, Shift F3. There we are. We got there in the end. So we get this little pop-up here with all these different options. And a lot of these probably won't make sense right now. But a good way to look at these things is to, with this bottom set here. So if I was to collect one of these things, it's going to select any instances of that particular problem. So if I've got any triangles and I select the triangle option here, it will select any triangles that I can see and they'll be highlighted. Again, n-gons. N-gons are when we have any face that has more than four edges or 4 vertices, which is not great for game engines. In this case, we're not really having any issues except non-manifolds appearing because we've deleted this back face. And that's completely fine. We don't really mind about that. That's working just fine. Most of the time, we can just leave the rest of the stuff as is. This is an auto merge. If I drag this up quite significantly, let's put this straight to 1. We can see that things start to merge as they get between this distance from each other. So as soon as I start dialing this back, it might be quite a bit before it starts going back to the way it was. There we go. So that's the distance between those two objects. And as soon as we go past that threshold, they will merge together. So, you know, it's always a good idea if we're worried about what we're having in our scene, so we can just merge pieces together with this control. So in this case, that geometry looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and do the same thing here. Edit mode, Control A, Shift F3. And again, I'm just going to put this back to, I'm more concerned whether or not they're sitting right on top of each other, so it can be quite small. So I'm just going to quickly cycle through these different select modes and nothing selected here, so that's fine. And I'm just going to keep going through all these until I get, until I'm satisfied that there's no issues. So again, we're getting that same thing. Great. I'm happy with that. And let's just do this last one. Actually, no, sorry, just this one. Edit, Control A, Shift F3. So here we go. Great. So we've actually spotted a problem that I missed. So when we made this cylinder, the cap it made was actually an n-gon. And that's a very common thing. We didn't get it in the back because we deleted it, but in the front we've got it still. So that's something we're going to have to fix. There doesn't appear to be any other problems. A nice easy way to fix this problem in this case is to take the face. We want to inset. I'm just going to inset any amount at all if it will let me do it. There we are. All right, I'm going to go to my scale it all the way in. Actually, with that selection, what we're going to do is we're going to merge. So if I go up to mesh, where are we? Merge, and merge at center. There we are. So it merges into this point. And that's exactly what we want. So we will get triangles. Triangles will appear if we do that same test again. So let's do it just to illustrate that. So we'll go, there we are. So we have triangles. So triangles aren't always a problem. Generally, we want to model in quads. It's okay to have triangles as long as there's another triangle next to it. So to illustrate why this is okay, if I go to edge and I start deleting every other edge, I'll just delete these just to illustrate the point. I'm going to dissolve edges. What we'll see is, if I go back to vertex, sorry, that we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're back to a quad. These are quads again. So let's go ahead and do that test one last time in face mode and Shift F3. And we'll see that now that I've got triangle selected, it's no longer selecting these ones where I deleted each other edge, sorry. And that's because now they're quads. And so for a game engine, when we import to the game engine, it triangulates anyway. So these are completely fine because there's just 2 triangles next to each other, which is essentially what a quad is anyway. Right, but something to be mindful of. So what I might do is I'm just going to undo that because I don't mind too much about that particular instance of the problem. There we are.